I should. Hello, I hope you're doing fine. We are going to continue uh, this 2D platformer. I try to work around my microphone. I'm using my phone as microphone, so it's not the best one. And then the sound quality is not the best. I don't know if there is any application that can help with this. I'm currently using WO mic on my phone. Um, Maybe there is another app that is better. I will try to look for it for. Yeah, but right now I removed the game completely from OBS. I don't know, there's still some problems with the mic. They're just annoying. Like for example, if I continuously try to hard press S or sh sounds, they are really annoying to the ear. Whatever. I mean, honestly, I cannot solve it right now, so I'm gonna continue this live. I will try to use less of that. Use yeah, use different sounds. I'm sorry for that. But for later, maybe I can try to find another application that's better, that has better quality in microphone and stuff like that. Yeah. So we're going to continue with this main.zig have created. So let's see what we have here. I am going to run this. Okay, gravity applies. I can go right and left, but the character is still only just a rectangle. I can do small jumps. I mean, I could increase the jump power to go higher. And then, yeah, I have also my tiles being shown up by these yellow lines over the platforms that I add. So it's quite okay for now. Seems okay. It's just that, so here the last one is not shown. The last block is not shown, I believe. I think there should be a block here. Let's see if it's be there or not. Okay, this is the player move, checking player move. Should be in draw. Or no, yeah. Okay, so here when I'm adding the platform, the size is 32. Okay, now try. I don't understand why. Okay, I didn't build this. Taking quite some time to build this one. Okay, let's run this. Take out. Okay, I have the last one here. Now, so the first thing I want to do is to add, here I want to add some delta t. So I want to process the whole movement with the time steps that I calculated last time. How do we do that? So for player, okay, here, player, there is some max velocity values. I can use the max velocity values for the speed and then multiply them by delta t. The problem is that though I am saving everything in integer, and that thing is going to be non-integer. I think it's okay, I will just transform the whole thing. So I can do the multiplication and then transform the whole thing to integers at the end. Let's go do that. How do we do it? Here's the process here. I will define first here. Okay, controls. It's a struct. And then right is boolean is equal to false. Left also is boolean equal to false. There is up, down. And then there should be jump. We will add dash. What are the other things that we need for a platformer? So probably attack. One attack. Do we add a parry? I don't know. So let's try to keep it simple. We don't have a parry. Attack is okay. So we have right, left, up, down, jump, dash, attack. That should be good for now. Okay. I want to also save the players option. Or we can on the controls, like for example, right arrow or D. Well, we can do that later. For now, we can just save it somewhere. Here's to, yeah, this is inputs, sorry. It's not inputs. Okay, which input is pressed or down, key down and stuff. This is better. And then here I'm going to call a function update input. And what it does, update inputs, right? Okay. Oh, here there should be G game, and then G dot inputs. That's right. Is equal to is key down RL dot key, yeah, keyword key dot right. Okay. G dot input. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Okay, so for here, for jump is a space. For dash, I am going to use E for now. And for attacking, I will use R. Okay, it could work. And then here, oh no, this is setup. It's not here. I need to do. Where do I need to do? It's in process. It inputs. Okay, now we have the inputs. Here, we just have to check the inputs for different things instead of just checking Raylib directly. So the first thing, we just remove this. There should be some kind of a maximum. Okay, here I wanted to add the player that velocity. Oh no, max velocity. Max velocity 0. Multiplied by g dot dt. Okay. Now the problem is that g dot dt is a floating number. Maxwell is integer, so we have to make this float. I'm going to use the function that I defined earlier, I2f. Okay, and then now this is a floating number. I will put a constant here instead of g dot clear that velocity 0. Constant val 0. And then here, see that player that velocity 0 is just f to I32 of val 0. I just need to define this f to I32 here. Yep, that's exactly what I want. Okay, very good. So now if we go back, we have to do this for all of this. Okay, like this one can stay out. And just remove this here. Here I will add a minus. And actually add the F here. 232. Here. Okay. Now here, this shouldn't be checking the Raylib thing. Else if, no, there's no need for if. I can actually define a direction and then still I will have to do the same thing here. Okay. I can try to, I can try to print. With the minus val 0. Here, yep, exact. Let's see how far this is. I think we have to increase the max velocity so that the movement actually occurs. So we have to test this until we get the numbers that are needed. So he says missing struct field inputs. I've already okay, I guess I have to. No, I don't want to complete. I just want to remove them. Okay. And here I will put it equal to. Oh yeah, okay, this is better. Now this is initialized, so I don't have to worry about this error. Okay, another error happened. Expected one argument, update inputs. Oh yeah, I have to say game dot update inputs. Update input. Yeah. Here g dot. Oh no. Okay. Yay. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, right is 0 or left is 0 too. So the number is too small. So delta t is 1 over 60. The FPS that we have chosen is 60 for now. So 1 over 60 is like, what's the value for 1 over 60? Like 0.1 divided by 6, which is like 0.016, something like this. To make this value to be, for example, 2, I need to multiply it by 100, 200, yeah, 150, something like this. 150, that would be interesting. So my max value for this would be 200. Like build. And then I will run it. Oh, okay. So for some reason, it's a negative value. The left key goes right and the right key goes left. Probably, okay, when I was doing the conditions for input checking, if g.input okay, probably like this, no. Yeah, I have to search for input, yep. One here, yep, here. Okay, for the left should go. Oh, there is a minus here. That's why. There was an extra minus here. Now it's okay. Okay, it goes left, this goes right, it's okay. And the velocity is 4. Now we can do the same for vertical velocity here. Okay, so actually I have to multiply this by dt every time and then convert this back to 32, or I can just put this to be the same, like jump power is the same. And then, okay, application of gravity. Okay, gravity has to multiply by dt. There is velocity 1. How do we do it here? Yeah, let's do gravity times dt to the power of 2. So to do that, I can just say dt here, d2. I mean, why not? I can just save the second power of dt. I don't have to calculate it each time. That's, oh yeah, stuff like this is what I need. And then here, what do I do with this? Okay, for position, I guess I have to do gravity times the, oh yeah, here I have it. Okay. So what was the formula? It was minus half of g times dt2 plus v dt plus some position. So if I want to type it here, that would be x is equal to, okay, y is equal to y0 plus v times dt minus half g times dt2. Now, I want to have this kind of curve, I guess, but I don't have to do, Okay, to have that. Yeah, I'm not convinced that I have to use this. I can just do the simpler version. I don't know. I just have to multiply g by dt, and then this is okay. Not sure. Let's try both of them. Okay, let's try first. So to do that calculation, I will have to, of course, probably use a function here. So ooh, that's the longest. I have to try to think to find a way what to do. Okay, yeah, I will find. So this is officially this is the way to do it, I guess. And then the velocity should be that. Okay. Then there's g the gravity. Okay, so here gravity shouldn't be negative, it should be positive because the screen is upside down, the values. So, and then yeah, okay, that's okay. So now I just need to make this thing I to 32. And this one F2 I 32. Okay, now we just multiply gravity to delta t. Hi, how are you doing? One true blue. Welcome to the stream. So we make this value float again. Oh, sorry, integer again, and then we apply the change to the velocity, and then that should be okay. Here we have to do the same. So I can multiply this by g.pt, but then that's float, so I have to curve this as first I have to make this float, and then I have to make the result, the result of their multiplication into an integer. That should be okay for now. Okay, and okay, now in here automatically I have the second power of dt because I do it once here, and when we're calculating position, second time I'm doing it here. Now if I want to run it, I will have no movement in the y-axis because gravity is really small compared to dt, so I have to increase gravity like by multiplying it by some 100 or something. So where is gravity defined? Here. It's actually 1. I can just say 100 should be okay. Click build. Let's see if there is error. There is of course error. Here there is g.player.velocity. What did it say? It expects type integer found. It's a vector because okay. I forgot to put the index for velocity. Hi, how are you doing? Uh Learning Zig, yes. Oh, sorry. I read the message wrong. How did you learn Zig? I just did it by following some website. There are some websites, if I can show it here, for example, I can show you in browser. Okay, my mouse had the bug, so okay, now it's okay. Um, there is a website, Zig Guide. Unfortunately, the version is really old. So let me first show you the website here. If I change this thing, so the first thing is this website. There is this Zig guide. I can put the address in the chat. There is Zigling's exercises, which are pretty good. Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, there's also those kind of. Yeah, I haven't actually checked them, but I heard there's those exercises that are really good. You can try to use them as well, yeah. Honestly, I'm still learning, so I actually don't know how to use like the IO changes that have been made. And then there are several other things that I really don't know how to use now for the moment. And yeah, this is a small project like doing a 2D platform in a Raylib. It's interesting. For me at least, it's interesting. I like making small games like this, indie games. I have tried Ziglings, but I feel like I just fix one small part of the code and don't actually learn anything. Oh, okay. Hmm. Okay, I think you have to define some small projects for yourself. So maybe a small game, like first try, for example, without Raylib, like a small project for doing, I don't know how, like finding prime numbers. Like there are some really dummy exercises that generally are useful if you try to do them. They could help you with the basics, but then to learn more, I think you would have to do a little bit bigger project later. Like, and this website is actually really old. Um, so the version of the Zig that they're using is 0.13, and there has been a lot of changes since then. So many of the things that you want to check and learn the new versions of Zig, AI is really good, like ChatGPT, Gemini, whatever you want to use. They are actually helpful. Um, they're not as good with the newest version. So for example, if you want to do some stuff with the 0.16, the one that is not a stable release yet, I think you will have problems with the Gemini and stuff, like because this AI just gets updated as I don't know, like every once a year or something about this code. They don't know a lot of stuff. you would have to force them to search for it online. But the official website of Zig is also good. Oh, by the way, there is this. Which one is it? Is it their Discord, or there is their Discord which is really good. You can go ask them questions. They like if you have problems, if you go ask them questions, they answer really. Like there's always somebody who's answering. They're really nice. There is this website also that if you go inside it, there's a lot of examples in this website, Zigit. Um, is there anything that I'm missing right now? Yeah, for now, this is what I remember. Like this website can help you. There's a lot of interesting projects here. There's documentations also. Yeah, okay. But if there is somebody else in the chat that knows better places, they can also introduce them. Okay, let's continue. So I increased the gravity, and there was an error here. Okay, I have to just change this. Dot player dot velocity. Here. This thing is 0 because is it 0? No. Uh, okay. So I need to define a vector here. I have to do the same here because I'm multiplying two vectors. Maybe watching your stream will help me figure out stuff. So the thing that I'm doing is a little bit maybe not. I mean, it's not completely. It depends on what you know already, actually. So if you already know how to do programming in C, for example, yeah, this just watching this, you will know some of the stuff. I mean, I have to use the Zig paradigm anyway. Doesn't matter how much amateur I am, because I'm using the Zig paradigm, like Zig coding paradigms. You will just see them how things are working, and then it's gonna be okay, I guess. If you know C, of course. If you don't know C or some other language that are close to C, I guess you would have more difficulty just watching this stream and learning. Because so the thing that I'm doing is not exactly like a very simple project. Like it's still like I mean it's still something to for me to educate myself. So I'm trying also to learn, but it's not also the first step thing. So it's like it's gonna take a while. There's Zig book too. I think it is quite new. I'm new to Zig, but I'm only up to chapter 7. So far it's alright. Depends what you need to learn though. Yeah, that's also true. Yeah, Zig book I haven't I have not seen it, honestly. I don't know it. Yeah. So I can try to search. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change the thing to the code, but here Zigbook. Sorry, Zigbook. What is Zigbook? There is a zigbook.net. Are you talking about this website? It's not just about adding a language to your resume. Okay? They're changing how you think about software. Oh, there are chapters here. I think you're talking about this one. Yeah, that's it. Okay. And there is, okay, what's the version of Zig that they're using? Is it the latest release? How do I see the version? It's 14, okay. I mean, it's still good. I mean, how much changes did we have from 14 to 15? It's not, if you still learn by this website and if they update it regularly, they're not too far away from the newest stable one, then I think it's okay. I mean, you can learn the newest stuff later. Like there have been some changes from 14 to 15 with the allocators. So for example, let's see here. There is a create allocator.alloc page allocator. Yeah, I've never used alloc. I actually don't know. Yeah, it seems very nice. It's a really good website, I'm sure. Yeah, I have not used it, so I don't know, honestly. But it seems really cool. It's much more it seems much more interesting than the Zig Guide. Zig Guide was still good for me. I mean, I learned a lot of stuff there, but it's now old, a little bit old. Zig point 13, 0.13 is pretty old. Okay, a good way to learn the basics. Can do a few chapters a day and get a good foundation in a couple of months. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, basically that's it. Yeah. I know it's more advanced, but reading someone's code can help see patterns. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I was saying also. Yeah, if you look at the code and stuff, you can see the patterns. But if you're not familiar with programming, of course, it's gonna be a little bit complicated. But if you know already some programming, then it's gonna be okay in general, I guess. In the long time, it's gonna be okay. Mm. So what I did, I had to just change this. Uh, so in Zig, there is no multiplication with the vector and scalar. So I have defined this velocity as a vector, and I want to multiply it to some scalar dt. I cannot do that. I have to define the dt as a vector. Um, this exists in some other languages like Odin. I tried Odin a little bit like some time ago. It was also an interesting language. I might go back to it later. But yeah, in Zig there is this always this thing that I have to do this vector multiplication. I have to pay attention to it. Anyway, we can go on now. Let's try to have Zig build and see. Okay, there is another error. Okay, what does it say? This is a vector thing. I don't understand. Okay, this is line 213, which is this line. Oh, okay, it's the website. Sorry, it's the functions. Okay, it's hard to switch from high-level programming to low-level, especially when you don't have strings as. Oh yeah, yeah. That's. I'm sure that's. Yeah, that's a crazy. Um, it could be really annoying to work with strings, and it could be demotivating actually when you're working with the low-level language. Yeah. But I mean, you will also have more control over what you're doing. There is a lot more to do, but you have more control. It's like, which is pretty good for making if you want a performance oriented programming. I guess it's you need to have those controls. Okay, so I have to change these functions. I have to write functions that make this vector to a floating point vectors and then make them back. So first I have to define these functions. Here I can just define top function I2 vec y. Um, vec y, and then it's gonna give me vec2f. Okay, yep, and then okay, sorry, this is f, and then I have to just define vec2f here. Okay. So now this one can get a two-dimensional integer vector and give me two-dimensional floating point vectors. By the way, I really don't know if these castings are efficient. I'm doing a lot of casting here, and I have absolutely no idea, like, if it's a runtime thing or what is it exactly happening under the, like, yeah, what's exactly happening in the machine code at the end. Back to I. Okay, so now I can use these two functions to have my vectors changing from I32 to F32 and in reverse. I guess I can just go back. Okay, here, wait, it was in process, right? Yeah. Yeah, here. To vec. So this should be vec to F. And this should be F to vec to I. Similar thing here. I2 vec to F. And then here F to vec to I. Now let's try to compile this. Oh, I did it in reverse. Okay, so this is sorry, this is f and this is I. I have integer, I want to make it float so that I can multiply it by, oh yeah, this is f. And then here I have a float and I want to yeah. No, this is I. It was alright. Okay, I have a integer and I want to have a floating vectors and then multiply it with another floating vector, which is our dt, and then yeah, make all of them to integer. That's the thing. Good. So this side was correct. It's just that this side I have to change this to f. Let's try. Dig out Zig Ray. Okay. So something is not something is weird here. Nothing is happening. Hmm. Okay, this shouldn't be Maxwell. It should be also. Yeah, okay, I see. Probably these are really big values. Hmm. Okay, now I'm saying there is a problem. Here I'm trying to multiply it by g.dt, the gravity, which means that I will have a really small change in velocity by gravity, which is, oh, okay, yeah, actually this is correct. This should be the thing, right? Okay, I think I'm doing something wrong here. I can try to print values to see how things are. Oh, come on, not again. Okay, and then I know that the left and right are working, so I can just comment them now. Let's see. Okay. Dig out. Okay, so for some reason, velocity is changing between 0, 0.5 and 0.6. So actually the first 0 is okay because we don't have a right or left. But 6 and 5 for velocity is really small. And it's because, so gravity doesn't increase as usual, like it's like a 1 or 2 increase. Oh yeah, okay, I see. My Maxwell, yeah, okay, for vertical velocity is 5. It should be, I can make it 500. Seems a lot, 500. I'm gonna go with 300. Okay, so it starts to build up the velocity over time. And then, okay, it's really small. So the numbers are small. I can make this 700. See, how does it change? Okay, I mean, it's still really slow. Like, it doesn't matter how much this thing is. It's just that um, something is happening. Like, if for velocity to have effect, um, I have to make the jump power really big. Maybe 1,000. And then, okay, the jump power is too much. We do a Zig build, and then we run. Yeah, this is 500 is a lot. So maybe 200. Okay, so it's okay, it's just that it's really slow. So how do we deal with this slowness? It's not about the max velocity. It could be the gravity. If I increase gravity, maybe things will change. Gravity, oh yeah. So if I put it 200, what happens then? It definitely affected. There is some kind of a, I don't know, like momentary pause when it goes to the peak, or when the velocity is 0, the actually velocity increases really slowly. So, 300. Okay. How is it jump power is still the same? So I can change this to 300. 300, maybe 250. Let's see. I'm trying to see if okay, so jump power is effective. It's just that it shouldn't increase like too much. So with 300, we should reach to interesting values. Yeah, it's okay. Now, I think gravity is still smaller. It's still small. It needs to be bigger. 400. Okay. It's just that it doesn't go right or left for some reason. Okay, velocity is really small. Hmm. Or right or left. There is acceleration towards gravity, but then acceleration towards right and left also exist and use the same thing. Same concept, of course. Okay, I see what's wrong. So here I'm using g.dt for one of it. Okay, this is okay. This is the step. This thing is okay. Hmm. This is velocity 2. This is velocity 1. Print. Okay, and let's try to print these values. So here, so I clearly press right and left button. They're working. It's okay. And then okay, this thing doesn't have \n. Anyway, so it clearly says that velocity 1 is this and velocity 2 is this. So this is after affecting the gravity. This is after applying gravity. Mm. And this is before applying gravity. Oh yeah, okay. So if collision is happening, it's also happening here. I need to make the second, like I need to make the vertical axis of velocity 0. To do that, I can say do mm, I can just directly write take 2f a and then I2f32 of its velocity and 0. Okay, this is going to, so new pose 1 basically only applies the horizontal movement and sees if there is a collision in the horizontal movement. That's why I have to put 0 in the second value, in the vertical value. But new pose 2 is considering the collision for both of them, like vertical and horizontal. Now this should make things working. It should make things work, I guess. No, it doesn't. So the new position with some velocity has been calculated. It doesn't matter if I press right or left. There is always this thing that is my velocity 1 and velocity 2 are equal. Oh, that's okay. That's not a thing. Okay, so new pose. Okay, I have to change this to new pose. new position 1. Then here, I need new position 1. I want to do the same here too. Just 2. And then I want to these lines here, so let's try that again and see what's happening. Okay, so that's this is so weird. Why new pose 1? That's 512 over always. Okay, okay. Position minus layer the position. No, okay. New position 1. You just say position change. Yep. Okay, position change is always 0 for horizontal movement. Something that is not working. Velocity, and the velocity is just this thing, which is the max velocity times speed. Oh, I see. Yeah, this shouldn't be this one. Okay, I see. So this should be just directly max velocity again. Layer the max 0. So I was applying delta t 2 times, like I was multiplying the velocity by dt 2 times. That's okay for vertical movement because we want to have the acceleration, like we want to multiply gravity by 2 times dt. That's okay, but then here overall I have to have 1 time multiplication of velocity times dt for horizontal movement. So I say Zig build. Yep, we have right, left. Ooh, we have jump, and oh well, that's actually interesting. When I just leave it, it immediately stops moving to the. So I can just add some kind of, I need to add some kind of acceleration to the right and the left so that so when I leave it, it should apply some negative acceleration and reduce the velocity instead of making it zero completely. And to do that, when I make the velocity zero, it shouldn't happen. It should just make it lower. Like, I mean, the absolute value should be lower. So the simplest way is, yeah, add some friction, exactly. Yep. So now, if I'm going right, I add g.player. Okay, I just reduce it by g.player.friction 0, g.player.friction 0. So I have to add a friction to player. I will add it to game. And for now, I'm gonna just have one friction value because for a vertical thing we have the gravity. We don't need friction there, but for horizontal thing we need the friction. So it's like friction is only needed for horizontal values. And then that's our bird, by the way, Harris, the name of our bird. We have 3 birds. One of them is Harris. The other 2 are named. One of them is Mustache, just because she has a really beautiful mustache. And the other one, very small one, we call it Peshmek. Peshmek is like a Persian word for, oh, what is it? The sugar thing that we buy in the when we go to circus or something. We buy something that is like a sugar, like powder around the white stick, and we eat it. I don't know how is it called in English. I don't remember. In French they call it barbe à papa, if I pronounce it right. But yeah, that's pashmek in Farsi. So yeah, if you hear the noise of the birds, that's the that's because we have 3 birds in the house. So okay, let's go back to the code. I was trying to add friction to game. And friction I32. I'm gonna add it as an integer for now. So what should be the value of friction? 1, I guess. Oh, it's really small, the friction. So it stops, but then the value is really small. So I'm gonna add the friction value by 2 maybe. Still really small. Um, 5. Okay, that's good. It works. Very good. Now, ooh. It's so weird, the jump. So if I can try to uncomment the button things. And then I'm ever not gonna see this. Here I will comment out all of this. So the birds are awake and they're making noise. I have to go give them some food and stuff. This should be enough for today. I mean, this morning. I will come back in the afternoon and see what can I do to improve the movement. It's still, I don't know, it doesn't look good. I don't know what can I do here. I guess I will give myself some time to be able to improve this thing. The font is kind of small. Oh yeah, okay. Let me thank you for saying that. I will. How do I change the font on this thing, by the way, in Z? There should be some kind of in settings, I guess. Oh, okay. Control Shift P, then settings and settings, setting file. Okay, terminal font size. Yeah, I can make this 25. Ooh, that's good, I guess. No. And then can I just remove this terminal thing? Yeah. Or maybe later. 25 is a little bit big though. I don't know. How is it for you? But I will try to run again here. We should put something also for released. Uh, but I can't do that when I come back. Yeah, that's enough for now. Let's not continue now. I can continue this project this afternoon. Yeah. when I come back. I will be back in like 2 hours or so, almost 2 hours or 3 hours. Thank you for watching, and I hope it was helpful. Yeah, I wish you all good day. See you.